This story right here is a perfect example of why you never bend the knee. So a little bit of backstory. The creator of My Hero Academia bent the knee and changed the names of one of his characters because some shrieking SJWs, in this case mostly based in Korea and China, I believe, not the usual Western ones that are causing shit, they were butthurt about that character's name. And I guess if you read their history, maybe there could be some connotations there. But it was really obvious that that's not what was intended, and unfortunately for him, he pretty much went out and said it. He apologized, he bent the knee, changed the name of the character. So did they all just graciously accept his apology and move on? Fuck no, this is current year. An apology is an admission of guilt. So what happened was the manga and anime ended up getting banned in China, despite them bending the knee and giving the Outrage mob what they wanted. And now we have this. Boku no Hero Academia's character birthdays the same as fascists. Perfect image for the look at that. Look at them titties. The caving of Kohei Horikoshi, creator of Boku no Hero Academia, to internet outrage over a harmless name has led to the usual suspects, this time mostly from the Eastern Hemisphere, taking a mile as supposed fans of the series have grown offended by some characters sharing birthdays with fascist figures. We've literally gone full-blown, Hitler wore pants, so if you wear pants, you're literally Hitler. That's where we are right here. If your characters have the same birthdays as someone these people are triggered by, then you clearly did it on purpose as an alt-right Nazi dog whistle or something, right? This is where we are in current year. This is what fucking is going on. You can't make this shit up. People are this stupid. But then again, this is what happens when you apologize. So as I've said previously on previous streams, if you apologize, not only are they still going to cancel you, but you also look like a little bitch to your own audience. As soon as this outrage mob sets its sights onto you, you're done, or at least they're not going to stop until you're canceled anyway, no matter what you do. So you may as well go down fighting, because they're going to try to cancel you anyway. And if you're going to get canceled anyway, may as well at least keep the respect of your fans, the respect of your audience. If you fight back hard enough, some of them may very well be able to help you out, potentially, if the worst thing happens. But no, you're just going to piss off everybody. You bend the knee, you give in to the outrage mob, you give them what they want at the expense of your actual fans, your actual audience. Now you got both groups pissed at you, and nobody particularly cares when you get canceled. One side views you as an alt-right Nazi, the other side views you as a cuck now. Well done. So a Twitter post accumulated over 18,000 comments after it pointed out that some My Hero Academia characters share the same birthday as fascist figures from the past, a highly inexcusable and immensely trifling detail that naturally spawned further outrage. This just shows how comfortable people's lives are. People literally have nothing else to worry about. They're so safe, so privileged, so comfortable that they can go around looking at character bios, looking at when their birthday is, and getting triggered over it. This is current year. Yeah, 420. Oh yeah, Hitler's birthday. Yeah, that's so. How do you marijuana fans like that? 420. Yeah. Now, that's actually something I did before. I actually triggered the hell out of some of these damn hippies once. When they were having their little 420 rally, and I just walked by. Oh, how nice of you to celebrate Hitler's birthday. Yeah, they weren't too happy, but that's why I said what I did, specifically to trigger them. So Bakugo shares the birthday of Adolf Hitler, endeavor with Doihara Kenji, a general in the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II, Shigaraki with Yamamoto Isoroku, Marshal Admiral of the Imperial Japanese Navy and the Combined Fleet's Commander-in-Chief throughout World War II, and Midoriya shares a birthday with the founding day of the Japanese Communist Party. You could literally take any day of the year, and that's going to be some historical villain's birthday. Much like the initial social media calamity where people complained about a character's name being the same as a word to describe people who were experimented on during World War II, the majority of those taking offense are actually from the Eastern Hemisphere. Now, see, the exact opposite of what I was hoping would happen seems to be happening right now. That's the tragedy right now. I would hope that the West would eventually learn from the East, but no, you got SJWs in the East looking at what's going on in the West and going, hey, if we just read louder, if we just read more, maybe we can get what we want. And hey, look, now I wouldn't be surprised if they drove the guy to just cancel the manga at this point. Because, honestly, as big as My Hero Academia is, he's got to have enough money to retire by now. At least I'd hope so. So this is one of those situations where I don't know how I'd react in this position. If I was in this position and I looked out and all I saw was people just outrage mobs, not really much of my own fans coming in and defending me, although thankfully that is the case with him, I may just go, this shit's not worth it anymore. I'm just going to stop doing it and retire. I'm going to go off to my mansion in the middle of nowhere and just enjoy the rest of my days in my hot tub or something. Not going to bother with this shit. So no actions have been demanded of Horikoshi for this particular instance of discontent, though the widespread vitriol and condemnation will likely never cease now that outrage cultists have been kowtowed to by the creator. Yeah. The reason they're doing this now is because he bent the knee the first time. If he would have just told them to get bent, then this wouldn't be a problem. They would know that, if we try this shit with this guy, he's going to tell us to go fuck ourselves and he's not going to do anything anyway, so we're going to have to leave him alone. We're going to move on to an easier target. Now, see, that's another thing these guys do. No matter what you do, these guys aren't potential customers. They never were, they never will be. They don't want, in particular, to turn that thing you have into something they like. They just want to destroy it. They want to destroy this thing that you love. And as soon as they accomplish that, as soon as they destroy it, they're not suddenly going to become customers. We see this time and time again. They move into a hobby or to a specific project. They shriek to high heaven until everybody bends the knee to them. And then they don't stick around and financially support it. Oh, no. They've accomplished their goal. Their goal was to destroy that thing. And now that they succeeded, they just move on to the next target. They move on to the next thing to destroy. None of them stick around to financially support what they previously destroyed. And these morons just keep making that same mistake. No, these aren't potential customers. This is a cloud of locusts, a swarm of locusts that's just going from one crop field to another, stripping it bare, and then moving on. As soon as they get what they want from you, which is the destruction of whatever they're targeting, they're going to move on. Or alternatively, if you actually find where your balls are and put them to use, and you actually stand up to these terrorists and tell them to fuck off, they will after a while. They may stick around and spar with you for a few days, but eventually they realize, like, shit, all this time I'm wasting arguing with this guy, I'm not destroying awesome things. God dang it. And then they leave and do something else. They move on. They look for an easier target. Like My Hero Academia right now, which has a history of bending the knee. So be very careful. And I know your boy Zach, he gets into this. He's the one he keeps trying to explain, the reason people keep apologizing to SJWs is because up until this point in history, apologies actually worked. If someone's freaking out, you just go, okay, sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen. And they'd calm down and be like, oh yeah, no problem. At least you know now. And then everybody goes about their business. Now, if you apologize, they view it as an admission of guilt and use it to justify continuing the attacks on you. And they also use that as a sign of, or they also see that as a sign of weakness. And then all the other parasites come down. It's like a freaking parasite signal. All of them converge on you as soon as this happened. All of them. All right, and that's all I got to say about this. Yeah, this is such a bad example. Never bend the knee. Never bend the knee. Or this is what's going to happen. In case some of you aren't aware yet, we actually have launched the Blade Devil merch shop. Link in the description box. So if you've ever wanted to support the channel but actually wanted something physical in return, we got the shop for you now. Lots of good stuff up in here. So if you would like any of those, or just in general want to support the channel, want to support original content, original products, like Diversity in Comics always used to say, then this is probably the best way to do it. So check it out. We're going to be adding new items on a monthly basis, at least in the near future. So check back often, and independent projects like the ones we're working on are only possible thanks to you guys. So appreciate all of your support.